We're at the ancient city of Ephesus. Buckle up. We're about to go on a very long journey. We're going back in time. It's 55 AD. We're right in the middle of the great chaos at the Ephesus theater. But why? These screams you just heard weren't just an angry crowd. This was the cry of a crumbling imperial economy. At the heart of this chaos, there is one name, Demetrius the silversmith. Open Acts, chapter 19. For years, Demetrius crafted and sold silver models of the temple of Artemis, but no one was buying anymore. The reason was simple. Paul's message, gods made by human hands are no gods at all. One sentence, and it was about to destroy Ephesus's entire idol trade. You know the acoustics of Jericho's walls. This theater was built the same way, but that day, what echoed here wasn't art, it was fear. Our time machine takes us back to 550 BC. This is what Demetrius was fighting to protect. One of the 7 wonders of the world, the Temple of Artemis. Think about the temple in Ezekiel's vision. Every measurement recorded, every stone part of a plan. Now look at this, 18-meter columns, almost impossible. So how did ancient engineers build this massive structure on a swamp? They laid wool and charcoal beneath the foundation against earthquakes. This was history's first seismic isolation. You know Hezekiah's tunnel? That incredible engineering. The same determination is here. Tons of marble carried from kilometers away. Like the glory of Babylon, this was both the religious and financial heart of the pagan world. This was the most secure vault in the ancient world. Kings, merchants, ordinary people, all trusted their gold here. The goddess protects, the money grows. Priests, jewelers, merchants, gods, thousands were part of the system. This wasn't just a faith, it was a massive economy. And one day, one man shook it all. This crack isn't just tired stone, it's the mark of a collapsing system. So how did such a mighty structure end up like this? Solomon's temple fell the same way. The stone was solid, but the spiritual foundation rotted. Ephesus was on the same path. Who lit the fuse of this collapse? For the answer, we move forward in time. The 50s AD. Same streets, same columns, but this time a very different man is on the scene. Paul. No army, no money, no power of Rome, just a school hall and a message repeated every single day for 2 years. In a letter he wrote during those days, a temple made of living stones. Not stone, but people, built not with Artemis's massive marble, but with changed lives. And this structure was slowly growing from one house to another, from one neighborhood to the next, quietly in the shadow of Artemis's columns. One day, something incredible happened. Sorcerers threw their books into the fire. 50,000 silver worth with their own hands. Paganism was collapsing from within. As that ash scattered across Ephesus's marble streets, look at what could be seen from Demetrius's workshop. Demetrius, an unsold figurine in his hand, angry craftsmen around him. It wasn't the goddess in danger, it was the money. And this man took action. 25,000 people, same theater, same acoustics. But this time the sound on stage wasn't art, it was the last cry of a dying system. Paul wanted to enter the theater. The believers stopped him, perhaps one of history's most important interventions, because inside that crowd, death was waiting for him.
Men of Ephesus, you are out of order. This is no place for such tumult. Quiet yourselves and listen. You know the law. Let this assembly proceed with order.
Paul left by ship. He didn't look back. He didn't need to, because what he left behind could no longer be contained by walls. Ephesus kept growing. 117 AD, the Library of Celsus rises, one of Rome's most magnificent facades. But this time, there's a different story behind the architecture. Look closely at the columns. Engineers tilted them slightly outward to make the building look larger, a calculated illusion. Rome always wanted to look bigger than it was. A few streets away, the homes of the wealthy, hot air beneath the floors, walls covered in mosaic, pure luxury. But within this luxury, something else was growing. The city's water system was flawless, kilometers of pipes, uninterrupted flow. Ephesus never knew thirst, but spiritual thirst was a different matter. The water that quenched that thirst didn't come from pipes. It came from this small pool, baptism, a simple ritual, a simple place, but the lives it changed were countless. Built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Celsus's foundation cracked. This one didn't. Centuries later, a massive church was built. Look at its walls. You'll recognize something, the marble of the temple of Artemis. Pagan stones had become the body of a church. The stalls emptied, the figurines stopped selling. This was exactly what Demetrius feared, and it happened. These streets are silent today, but this isn't the silence of defeat. It's the silence of transformation. So what brought this city to this point? Forward in time, 600 AD, the answer wasn't war or earthquake, mud. It slowly closed the harbor. The heart of trade stopped. When the harbor closed, the merchants left. When they left, the city emptied. What remained was stone. And stone, sooner or later, bends before time. Earthquakes came. Columns thought to be unshakable fell. Celsus's illusioned facade crashed to the ground. Marble could no longer lie. Solomon's temple went the same way. So did Leptis Magna. Every time the same lesson. No glory without God lasts forever. This is what remains of that massive temple. A single column, alone in the middle of a swamp. The entire legacy of one of the 7 wonders of the world. But the seed Paul planted didn't fall into the swamp. It spread across the whole world, and today it's still growing. Ephesus whispers this to us. History remembers not the buildings, but those who built their lives on the rock. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Our time journey ends here.